after that, the year after that, ready to be in place, and we've made great strides in doing that. And so we're back up and running and functioning fully.
Thank you so much. My universities will be ecstatic to hear that. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Thank you. Representative Dean.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary McMahon, I wanted to hit quickly two topics. Mental health cuts. The administration cut $1 billion. Well, actually, let's put it this way. Just stop paying $1 billion allocated for mental health service professional demonstration grant and school-based mental health services grant. Do you recognize that our school children are struggling with mental health? Many of our children are struggling with mental health.
I think mental health is
Do you recognize our
I
students
think
are
it's a
struggling?
critical component around the country.
Our students.
Some students, yes.
Yes. It was made worse during the time of COVID. It is exacerbated by school shootings. I noted that you said you were going to meet with parents and children who had struggled and suffered the trauma of school shootings. I've done that over the years, sadly. I've had the opportunity to meet with Uvalde parents, with Parkland parents, with Sandy Hook parents. Are you meeting with parents and children, students in those places?
I have only in Sandy Hook because that happened in my state of Connecticut.
Yes.
So I have met with some of those parents shortly after, and I can't imagine a more horrible tragedy than that.
How about the students, to see how they're affected?
I've not talked to many of the students, no.
Do you plan to do that?
Sure, I would enjoy doing that.
How soon can you do that? Because you did talk about doing that on CNN recently.
I'm not sure how quickly, but
You're the secretary. You could do whatever you want because, after all, you're cutting all this funding. You've got time.
I've got a lot of responsibilities to do, and we're going to focus on the things that I think are going to ensure that we're providing equal education for all of the students in our country.
That's great, which is just in contrast to actually what you have said and what you said the president cares about. He wants the best educated students, right? He wants to make education great again, right?
Yes.
I don't understand. It seems like a logic fallacy to me. You think the federal Department of Education is not living up to what it ought to be doing, and you cite some statistics for students who are not doing as well as they ought to be. And yet you decide that the answer to that is not to check on these investments and make sure students are achieving. It is shut the whole doggone thing down.
Well, the
That
fallacy-
doesn't make any sense.
Well, I think the fallacy is the way you're stating it. And what I have looked at and said from the very beginning, we have failed. This system we have in place does
So it
not
is your
work.
mission
It has
to
been
shut it
looked
down.
at. It is the mission to shut down the bureaucracy of the Department of Education and return
To
education
shut down the
to
Department of
states.
Education.
To shut down the bureaucracy.
What's the balance right now?
To shut down the bureaucracy of the
balance right
Department
now?
of Education.
In the funding for education? What's the split, the pie chart? How much is federal, how much is state and local?
Federal is about 8 to 10%.
Correct. The rest is state and local. The burden is already there. And you don't want to come up with the 8% to help our kids succeed, to help their mental
No, no,
health,
what- excuse
to
me just
help
a
kids
second.
with
No,
disabilities.
you're wrong. You're
It
misstating.
is a logic fallacy.
No, you are misstating. The funding, it's not taking away all of this funding. I've already said Title I-A funding, IDEA funding is still going to come into
How about the mental
states.
health funding?
There may be some more of that funding if HHS oversees then.
But the president
mental
has
funding,
unconstitutionally
then,
cut
therefore,
off the
that
grants.
funding may come into those states. So
How about-
I think we have to see
how about
how the
students
full
with
budget
disabilities?
happens.
How about
And I
students?
think we have to see what those programs are that are going to best serve every student and not just be put by the wayside.
As I said, you on page 1 of your testimony,
The
you said
gentlelady's time
the president's
expired.
vision is